I told you guys I would be back with another video from the Hobonichi launch, so here we are. Hey everyone, I am Julie. Welcome back. If you watched my video from a couple of days ago, I will pin it right up here in the cards. I purchased some items from the Hobonichi launch directly from the website. I had also purchased a day free from Hobonichi, only I didn't realize I ordered it in A6. So naturally, the only correct thing to do was to jump on the JetPens website the next day and order more things. So this is what I ended up ordering. So there are a couple of differences from ordering from JetPens versus directly from the Hobonichi website. One example is you don't get the freebie pen, which I shared the details about this in that video as well. I actually really like this. I tend to use these more for work because they are ballpoint, and I honestly, like, ballpoint is just not my jam. It's just not for me. But you don't get that particular freebie from JetPens. So let's jump right in with what I ordered. It's primarily A6 items because, again, I just got this idea of, you know what, let me get a cover for my day free, and things just kind of escalated from there. So first off, I ordered this cover in the color Highway. Let me get it out of the packaging. I really love the color of this book. I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit closer to this pen color, but this blue is still very, very beautiful. It's a nice like nylon material. I couldn't bring myself to spend the money on the more expensive covers as much as I think that they are absolutely beautiful. I just was like, let me get something that was fairly neutral, but I also didn't want a black cover either. It does come with a little page markers here. Let me just get the plastic off. And interestingly enough, my Hobonichi order, I placed this JetPens order just the day after launch, and I literally got my order the day after. So the timing is pretty good there. So you get 2 page markers, one that has this sort of rectangular shape, one's triangular, and they're just, it's a really nice cover. To go with the cover, I did get a cover on cover. So Hobonichi does sell these. It helps protect the covers for your books. Okay, so I popped the cover on there. It was really easy to put on, and I really actually like the little plastic sleeve that lets you kind of get in between the cover and the actual cover, because you can honestly like put like receipts in here if you wanted to, or for me, I like the cover on cover because, one, obviously, for obvious reasons, it keeps your cover protected and clean, but you could also put like little decal stickers in here if you wanted to without actually sticking it to the surface of your cover. I also, the other thing that I purchased was an A5 cover on cover. I have this beautiful cover from Hobonichi that I was really lucky to get on eBay. You guys, do not sleep on eBay. I got this thing for like 60 bucks, and it's like in perfect condition, minus a little like pen mark here, which I'm gonna work on getting off. I had someone comment on one of my posts on Instagram asking how I've been able to keep this so clean, and the honest answer is that I haven't really used it. This is actually what houses my Hobonichi from last year. Just looks really pretty on the shelf, but I knew that I may want to use it this year, so I'm gonna pop the cover on here really quick. Okay, so that's how it looks with the cover on cover. I mean, you really can't see it unless you kind of point it towards the light, and you can kind of see the glare there. But now I do feel like this will keep the cover in better shape. I kind of need to work it in there. I'm sure once I get my Hobonichi back in here, it will fit a little bit better there. But now I just feel like I can actually use this cover out and about and not have it get dirty or stained or anything like that. So the cover and covers are really, really great for these fabric style covers when you just want to add that extra layer of protection. Okay, so let's jump into the books that I ordered from JetPens. So I actually went ahead and ordered the Hobonichi original in A6. I've never owned one of these. The only other Hobonichi that I owned in A6 was this one, the daily from last year, and I used this for some medical information from time to time, and it was great, but I really didn't stick with it for like daily purposes. And it has this cover on here from Lauren Phelps designs. I may put it on this book. I haven't decided just yet, but let's just jump right into this book. And I literally have not opened it. So fun fact, I went to go look at it on my porch because that's where it said it was delivered, and it was actually put in like the larger box where they put packages. So I was a little bit worried that this had disappeared. Wow, this is really, really cool. So just to kind of show you the comparison from the Hobonichi Cousin, this is where the A6 stands as far as size goes. So it is significantly smaller. Obviously, one is A5, one is A6. This does have the newer paper from my understanding. I spent some time on the Hobonichi website, and it seems as though the only books that will not have the new Tomoe River S paper are going to be the notebooks and the weeks at this time. I believe by spring, if I understood the website correctly, is when you will see the changes to the new paper in those books. So much like the Cousin, you are going to get a year at a glance where you'll have 2024, 23, and 25. And let me zoom you guys in a little bit closer so that you can see the pages a little bit better. And then you have the vertical months, 2 per page, just like the day free. And then of course you jump into the month on 2 pages. Of course, like the rest of the books, it has grid pages. Monday start, the Sundays and holidays are always in red. And all of the months in this book are together, just like the rest of the books. And you get all the way through, I think this one also goes through March of 2025, which again is great when you're getting towards the end of your planner and you may not have your new book and you need to plan ahead. You've got those extra months. And then of course you have the page that says turning the page to a new year. And then you're going to jump right into the daily pages. So since I've only ever had this book before, I mean, to me, it looks like the main difference is the cover itself, because you're going to get all of the daily pages. There aren't any weekly pages in this book. So it's just going to be exactly what I already had, minus the fact that I feel like the page layout this is more Cousin-like with the original as opposed to this version. Editing Julie here. So I realized that as I was editing this video that I was like, there is a name for the A6 Hobonichi that has the black cover versus the manila folder original one. So one is the planner, the one with the black cover is the planner, and the other one is the original. I knew that they had names, but I was having like a complete brain cramp while filming this video. Is that a bug? Okay, back to the video. So just to again show you what a daily page on the Cousin looks like, and let me find one that has the same color scheme so it'll be a little bit easier to see. You're going to get like the bullet points at the top. You're going to get the hours that go all the way from 6 to 3 and then it stops. Whereas in this book, you kind of had a little bit more, I don't know if you want to call it more space because you don't have the bullet points. So it's probably going to come down to preference if you really want those bullet points at the top of your book. Let me show you a page that doesn't have something shadowing through. And then of course the color scheme is a little bit more just overall neutral. You don't have all of the color that you have in the other Hobonichi books. So again, it's going to come down to like personal preference. And for me, this is totally okay. I am interested to see how I can plan in here daily. I mean, obviously it's a huge jump in size from the A5 to the A6, but it's definitely an interesting difference looking at it. But I'm still willing to try it out, and if not, I'll find another purpose for the book. So of course you get a day per page until you get all the way to the back, and you're gonna get the standard, I believe it's 5 or so. No, actually you get way more notes pages in this book. So I counted approximately 14 notes pages in this A6 original versus the 5 that you get in the Cousin, and you're going to get the rest of the back pages that you get in the Cousin, the weeks, all of that, just in different variations because of the size of the book. So I don't know, it's going to be tough. Like, do I really like this version better than that version? I'm not entirely sure, but I figured this year I wanted to try something new. And like I shared with the Hobonichi cousin, the color on the page doesn't necessarily bother me. I know that it bothers some people. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but it will be interesting trying out the different layouts because they are different. And obviously this one is in an English version and this one is not. So I don't know, you guys will have to let me know, which layout do you prefer? Okay, and then the last book that I grabbed was just the regular notebook. I didn't think it would hurt to have one in the A6 size because at the end of the day, if the planners don't work out for me, I could always use an extra little notebook, and I thought A6 would be perfect. And this is just one of their grid books. I actually have one in A5 that I used for a lot of pen tests and marker tests last year, and I really enjoyed it. And again, I just wanted to try out different books in this different size, and they're all gonna fit perfectly in this book. I really think ideally with this type of cover, you're only going to be able to fit 2 books that are maybe smaller. And then maybe with the original, I don't know if I could fit the original plus the day free, but I guess there's no better time than now to test it out. I feel like that could be a little bit of a strain on the cover to fit this much in here. I mean, they fit this way. That's a bit much. So maybe at the end of the day, the best combination is going to be a day free and then the notebook. They don't have quite as much girth as the original, which has a whole year of daily pages, but that seems to make a little bit more sense and put a little less stress on the cover. I don't know, there's a lot of different variations. I could just take both of these out and just put the original in here. We will see. If I don't end up using this book, I know for sure that I'm gonna end up using this combination here because like I shared in my previous video, I really wanna use the day free for content. I really ideally do not see a need to have another daily book for content planning. I have a lot of like one-on-ones and meetings and groups that I belong to that it would be great to have just this free space to write those meeting notes in. So this may be, I'm honestly already leaning towards this, but you guys know I changed my mind so quickly. But we will see. We will see. Stay tuned. I just love the day free. I'm really glad that this was recommended by my friend Taylor because honestly, it was not on my radar until she had talked about using it for content. And I honestly just kind of love the way that this looks and feels right now. That is everything from my Hobonichi launch order from JetPens. You guys will have to let me know if you ordered from JetPens or if you ordered directly from the Hobonichi store. I see pros and cons to both. Honestly, the shipping times were the same, literally, with the exception of the fact that I ordered enough from JetPens to get the free shipping, but they still applied the markup that you don't see ordering directly from Hobonichi. So each item was, I don't know if I could say significantly priced more, but it was priced more. And again, they gave me their free shipping because with JetPens, it's free over $35, but I still feel like I paid more because I didn't order directly from the Hobonichi website. So it's gonna come down to personal preference and who has what in stock, honestly. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're already subscribed, make sure you click that notification bell so that you know when my videos are posted here on YouTube. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.